Alright, hi there. I think we're live again. I will wait for people to tune in. And then we will get started. Hi Abigail. Welcome Maria. Hi Yoni. Hi Army BTS. Bomb Art. Alright. So I'll wait for a few minutes. It is 1 minute before 8 p.m. now. So technically I'll have 1 minute left before I can start. Let me know if the audio is okay, if y'all can hear me. Alright. And feel free to say hi. I'm so curious how this one is going to turn out. Yeah, me too. I'm very excited for this one actually because it's been a while since I've done a drawing like this. But I'm really in the mood for a wintry, magical drawing like this. So I really hope it's going to turn out well. We'll see. Alright, so I'll be drawing the Northern Lights, or in Latin, the Aurora Borealis, in pastels, soft pastels and pastel pencils on light gray pastel mat, and the size is about 9 by 12 inches, but I've taped it down around the borders, so yeah. I think the inside that I'll be drawing on is about 8 by 11 inches. The pastel brand I'm using is Koh-i-Noor. Look what a mess I made. I'm so messy. All my colors are kind of destroyed. And then for the pastel pencils I'm using Stabilo Carpatellos and probably a few Faber-Castell pits. But I think I will do most of the drawing just with the soft pastel sticks alone. Oh, and I forgot to say welcome again. Welcome to day 4 of my Christmas Advent streams. It's going so fast. The first week is already almost over. You can see the reference photo on screen. I found it on Pixabay again. The photographer is called Noel, if I remember that right. And he did beautiful photos of the Northern Lights. So credit to the photographer for the great photo. Alright, so first I want to sketch out the horizon and the hills, so I know that I have those in place. And I'm using the white pencil for that. Thank you so much, Ghost Vapor. That's a really great compliment. Hi Brit. Hi Unicorn Paint Studios. Let me know what you guys have been up to today. It's almost weekend, so I'm starting to get tired. So I'm really looking forward to the weekend, but actually I'm enjoying these streams also. No, I think I'll have to start a bit lower. Let's start right here. So the white doesn't really show up on the paper, but that's okay. I just want to create a little outline for myself. And I'm just sketching out the shape of the horizon. It doesn't have to be 100% exact. Sketching in these hills. There's another hill right there. I just love these magical landscapes. And I want this drawing to be more of a tutorial, so I will be focusing on explaining what I'm doing. I will read the comments, of course, so if you have any questions, let me know. And when it comes to the materials, all the materials I'm using you can find in the description below. Alright, so can you see those lines? I've sketched it out real light, but that should be fine for now. 81 viewers at the moment. Thank you all so much for tuning in. Hi Juan. Did I say that right, Juan? Hi Elvis. What are you guys studying? Let me know below. If you're studying, let me know what you are studying right now. Alright, I want to start off with the sky. So I'm working from background to foreground, finishing up the sky first, and then the hills and everything, the snow. And I'm going to start off with the base layer of the sky, and then I'll be drawing the northern lights on top, and then finally I will add the stars. So I see a lot of blue in there, a bit of green, a bit of purple, but I'm going to start off with blue. I'll probably have to mix up some different blues to get the right tone. So I have this little piece of blue right here. Then I have these two. Let's see what I can find besides that. Alright, so I think I'm going to be mixing up these three. And I'm going to start off with the darkest one. This is number 10. And I'm going to start off working my way from left to right. Oh. And I'm working in horizontal motions. Keeping the first layer quite light because I want to be able to layer more colors on top. Actually, I've never attempted a Northern Lights drawing on this paper before. I'm keeping the pastel flat so that I can cover a big surface at the same time. I just want to get this layer down. I'm studying mathematics. Oh, that's cool. That's really cool. I've always liked maths. Taking it all the way towards the other side. Don't forget the corners. Why don't you use the body of the pastel? What do you mean with that? So I'm using this little piece because my pastel just broke. So now I just use this until it's too small to hold, and then I will use the normal pastel again. Alright, I think I won't be adding any of this blue right here because it's more greenish here. So I will add the more green tones there. But for the rest of the sky, I wanted to start off with a really nice blue. Hi Emperor Eternus. I mean, use the entire body of it, it's more easy. Yeah, I was planning on doing that, but it broke. Yeah, I know some people suggested doing the Northern Lights, so I thought it was a really good idea. So, yeah, very excited for this drawing. Let's switch to another blue now. So here in the corner, it's a lot darker. So I have this little tiny piece of blue left. That's the darkest blue I have, but this is the only thing what's left of it. Wow, that was really bad English. This is the only piece that is left of it. So let's see what I can do with that. Or is this one darker? No, it's not. So I think I'll have to get some more different colors because I'm starting to run out of them now. That's okay. Just moving on with another one. Then I'll be using the pastels for the pastel pencils for the darker areas. Let's continue with the base layers. this really nice blue here, which you can see is a lot brighter. And I already want to create some value in the sky. So I'm going to add this to the areas where I see a little bit more of a teal color. Have you tried other brands of soft pastels? Yes, I have a few Rembrandts here, but I don't like the Rembrandts. I think they are too soft. And are there other brands that I tried? I think I have some Unisons, but I'm not sure. But so far the Koh-i-Noors have been my favorites. Making sure to draw around the sketch. And I know blowing the dust away is not healthy. Some people are really sensitive to the dust. I personally am not, so I don't notice anything in my health when blowing away the pastel dust, but if you're sensitive to it, I would suggest to not do it, or to put open a window, or to wear a mask. Little bit of blending with my finger. But as you can see, I don't have enough layers down on yet. Have you ever tried oil pastels? Abigail asks. Yes, I have. I have made some videos about it, actually, but I did not like using oil pastels. I don't like the texture of them. I don't like the feel. I just don't like them. So I do really prefer soft pastels. Alright, let's see what color I need now. Using the Stabilo. This is number 400. I'm going to darken up the corner. I might even add some black to it. Unisons are more softer than Rembrandts, but they are excellent. Yeah, I don't know if I prefer the very super soft pastels. I already feel like the Koh-i-Noors are really soft, and I don't want to lose control. So I feel like when they get too soft, I might lose control too much. And the unisons are super expensive, I think. I'm going to take this blue, put it around the horizon a little bit more. So some people can't stand the sound that this makes, so I'm so sorry if the sound is annoying to you. Actually, I really like the sound of pastels on pastel mat. Let's do some blending. Yep, I think I want to add a little bit of black. Just a super tiny bit though. Black can make a drawing look flat quite easily. So I don't want to use too much. Let's see what this color does. So this is a color that is really weird. This one is always weird and scratchy and it won't layer. As you can see, it just doesn't do well. So this is color 390 and this one I wouldn't advise using because it never works. This one is doing a much better job. Alright, let's move on. I need more layers. Where was my... Oh yeah, this one. In the corner it's a little black. Yes, but I just started. I'm just building up the layers right now. So in the end it will all be fine. My desk is such a mess right now. I have pastels everywhere. Alright, so after you've worked with black, I wouldn't suggest to use that same finger again to blend the other colors, so I'm picking a different finger now. Alright, let's blend this all together. Alright. There was a color I was looking for. Where is it? There it is. A very dark teal color. I'm using this in the other corner. Thank you, Afreen. For stars you can use white paint with toothbrush sprinkling. Yes, I actually have tried that once before, but it didn't work. For some reason the paint didn't want to dry on top of the paper, so it just stayed wet. And I asked another pastel artist why that is, and he said that I would have to fixate the paper first, otherwise the paint doesn't dry. But I don't like using fixative, so I just stopped doing that, and now I just always do the stars with a white pastel. And so far that has been the best method for me. I think I want to add this teal color here as well at the bottom. It's so hard to draw when you only have such a little piece left, and I'm doing my best. Now I'm starting to recreate the shapes in the sky. So the base layer is almost done now, and then I can start adding the actual northern lights on top. All right. Let's blend again. How come you don't like fixative? It always seems to change the colors of my drawings a little bit. And I also had some events where the fixative wouldn't dry on the paper, so it would leave wet stains on the paper. So since then I didn't really use fixatives anymore. And pastel matte by itself, it is so textured that the colors don't smudge that easily. So as long as you're using light fast colors and acid-free paper, I don't really see the benefits of fixative. Alright, let's see how this looks now. So this corner, I feel like it has to be more blue and less gray. But I don't have any dark blue pastels anymore. I'm so well prepared, guys. Alright, so at this stage I would start cleaning my fingers. So I have this towel that I made a little bit wet. And with that I just clean off my fingers real quick. Hi Artista! Welcome to the stream. Yes, exactly, Bomb Art. The fixative turns the colors to dark. Yeah, that's the problem I had too. Alright, so that's better. Not completely clean yet, but they are not that dusty anymore. Let's move on. Let's see. I want to add in... First, I want to smooth this out a little bit more. I think it's a little bit too streaky. So I'm going to add more colors. No, that's not the right one. This one. Alright, a little bit more of that teal color. little bit of that right here as well. I'm just going to keep layering until I'm happy with what it looks like. All right. A little bit more of that blue. And let's blend again. I'm using long, even strokes, trying to keep my pressure even so that I won't create any patches or blotches. Now I'm working on a portrait with pastel pencils, about 40 hours so far. Wow, that's a lot. 40 hours. How big is that drawing you're working on? Alright, this is my base layer. Now I want to start adding in those northern lights, the most exciting part of this drawing, I think. So let's add in some of those purples and greens. Let's see what colors I am going to pick for that. Let's start with some purple first. Let's go for this one. Can't see what color it is anymore. I'm going to start adding in that hue of purple. Actually, it has a downward shape, so I think I'm going to work in vertical motions now. What pastels are good quality but pretty cheap? Hannah asked. Well, then I would go for the Koh-i-Noors because these are pretty cheap, or at least here in the Netherlands they're cheap. I can also see another shade of purple in there. So I think I'm also going to add number 13. One thing that I don't like about these Koh-i-Noors is the plastic around them. It's really hard to get off. Let's try to get this off. All right. Is that the same purple? Let's do this one then. I'm not completely sharp anymore at the end of the week. Alright, now I have to blend this out and see what I end up with. Yes, there's a really big difference between oil and soft pastels. So you'd have to try both to see what you like best because they work completely differently. So I'm taking a clean finger, which is not clean anymore, but at least it doesn't have any black on it. And now I'm going to blend this downwards to create that effect. When working with pastels, it's super important to keep your hands clean, so I'm going to clean them off again. Thank you, Luna. Yes, that's good advice, Artista. I would advise to get a small set of both. Hannah asks, does Bristol paper work with pastels? Bristol, no. It's too smooth. You'd have to use pastel paper, at least for soft pastels. For oil pastels, it might be a little bit different. That might work better on smoother paper, but for soft pastels, you need pastel paper. Or maybe watercolor paper, at least something textured. But my favorite will always be pastel matte. a little bit more lightness. And there's also some green there, so I will add some green. Let's go for this super bright green. Need to concentrate for a bit. And then some blue at the ends. Let's see what this looks like if I blend it out. Alright, I need more contrast. Let's add in some pencil now. This is number 385. Let's see what this color is. So I have a Sennelier here, a Sennelier pastel. Let's see what this one looks like. This is a very vibrant one. Alright, so the Senneliers are a lot softer than the Koh-i-Noors. The color is really beautiful though. I am looking for a lighter pastel pencil. Let's see if I can find one. that's not really lighter. Then I'd have to go for white. And this needs to be way more vibrant. I forget to read the comments. I have this beautiful mint green from Stabilo. It's 545. And I'm just layering that on top. I have so many trouble finding the right pencils and pastels right now. I'm like surrounded by pastels and pencils. Oh, that was my phone. I got a message. I'm not reading it right now. This needs to be a lot more vibrant. I'm not getting the vibrancy that I want. Maybe I'll just need to move on to another part of the drawing now, because I don't want to be working on one little area for too long. So after this, I'm going to move on. Yes, there are some kind of blender thingies with rubber that I've tried before, but I'm not a fan of them, and I don't really know why. I just prefer my fingers, although it's sometimes really difficult to get into the details with your fingers, of course. Alright, this has to do for now. I will get back to this part later, maybe a bit more bit more purple. A little bit more green. Alright, let's move on to this part. A lot of green again, bright green. Your fingers are always there. Yes, that's true. You don't need to buy anything, any tools. Your fingers are always there. This one's a little bit darker. And then I'm going to be blending this again pretty lightly because I don't want to fade this out too much. Combining a little bit of blue with it. Working with pastels is so relaxing, but it can be so annoying as well because it's so messy. I do want to try to get this done though within the live stream, so I'm trying to work quite fast, so I might not be looking at the comments as much as I was yesterday. But I'm also really having fun reading your conversations. You sing too. That was so good. Thank you. Yeah, I love to sing. Alright, let's add in this really big mint green blob. Seeing the northern lights is something I really want to do. Seeing them in real life. I really wish I could take photos of it myself. Which paper do you use? I use I use Pastel Matte. The paper is called Pastel Matte by Claire Fontaine. Alright, I think that will do for now. Let's blend this out. First, cleaning off my fingers again. Oh, bye, Bomb Art. Thanks for joining. All right. So let's blend this. I'm a bit scared that I won't get this to look as bright as it is on a reference photo. Really want to try to get in that same magical effect. So it has to be bright. I've been streaming now for 1 hour. Alright, then I should be able to finish this, hopefully, within another hour. A touch of yellow and white. Yellow. Yes. Maybe that would be a good idea. I'm going to try that out. Let's make sure this is blended well. A little bit of the green maybe. I really enjoy drawing landscapes, but I find them so much more difficult than drawing animals. Let's try adding some yellow. Let's see which yellows I got. So I have a really light one and a really bright one. I think I'm going for the lightest one. Just adding a touch of that and some white then. And then some white. Alright, let's clean my fingers again. So that's the negative about pastels. Everything becomes a big mess. I can't get over how clean you are able to keep everything. The few times I've drawn with soft pastels, the whole table changed color. Well, that's definitely the case right now as well with me, but you can't see that because it's off screen. But my whole table is a mess. There are pastels everywhere. So, yeah. But I have learned to just work clean. So make sure that the drawing itself stays clean. Dankjewel, Meerte. Why you not use directly the aqua green? What do you mean with that? Maybe use it directly before adding the blue? Maybe that's what you meant? Well, there is a blue undertone. So the blue from the sky is there. So to make it look mystic, I did want to put in that blue undertone, but there is a risk then of not getting the green bright enough anymore. So that's the risk I was taking. How do you get the dust of the pastels of the page? I just blow them off. Just simply blowing, which is not particularly good for your health. I'm trying to not inhale the dust. And it would be best to put an open window or to put your drawing next to an open window if you're blowing, but I don't have that right now, so I am risking the health of my lungs when blowing away the pastel dust, but at the moment it's the only way. Oh. So I did one Northern Lights drawing before, was a long time ago, which I put up on YouTube. Back then I still worked on different pastel paper, but when I finished that drawing, I hated it. I thought it was so bad, but I put it up on YouTube and it got so many views. And I still get comments on it. Well, I think that drawing is so bad. So, actually, I wanted to try to create a better Northern Lights drawing this time. But I am struggling with it a little bit. want to put in more teal. So to make the green appear brighter, I'm going to add more dark now, so the contrast gets higher. Do want to make sure that I don't cover any of the green. That does make a bit of a difference. Going to add a little bit right there. A little bit in between as well. Well, it can't be as bad as smoking. It's probably not. I think cigarette smoke is a bit worse than pastel smoke. Alright, so what to do next? I want to add some of that sennelier purple right there. Maybe a bit more blue. Nope, wrong one. This is what my pastels look like right now. Look what a mess it is. Oh, I really need to clean this up. I can't find anything here. Nope, wrong one. With my own art, I can see or tell when something is off, but my dad won't see anything. Yeah, that's right. As artists, we always see what's wrong with our own work. But still, from some of my videos, some of my older ones. I just don't understand why they got so popular. And then when I compare those to some of the really realistic works I've done, which didn't get popular at all, I'm wondering why that is. But that's probably because of the audience, the difference in audience. Alright, I need to keep working. How do you understand when the paper is going to become saturated? Well, you'll notice right away if a new layer doesn't stick to the paper anymore, then the paper is saturated. Luckily, on pastel matte, you can add a lot of layers before it gets saturated. It looks so much more vibrant. On the reference photo, the green. Maybe I should get a more vibrant green. Let's see what this one does. I've started to think that people find too much realism boring. Yeah, but that also depends on the group of people. There are still a lot of people that are really into realism. I am one of them. So, yeah, there's an audience for every type of art. The difficult thing is to try to find that audience. Alright, I'll do a few more things on the sky and then I have to move on to the rest, otherwise I won't be able to finish it on time. Oh, thank you for joining, Hannah. Have a nice night. Yeah, so I think I won't get this to look more bright than it is. Yeah, I think I just don't have the right colors. A bit more yellow, maybe. Let's clean my fingers again. Maybe you're blending too hard, that's why it's not vibrant enough. Yeah, I need to blend because otherwise it looks weird. But when blending too much, it just gets faded out too much. So there needs to be a balance. And I think if I continue now, it will be too much. I will overdo it. So I will stop working on the lights and then move on with the ground. Oh, I can't stop changing things. A few more changes. Alright, now I'm going to really move on. Let's start with, I might start off with purple. You can see there's a lot of purple in the snow. Or shall I start off with white? Maybe that's better. Yeah. Finding a sharp edge on the pastel and then trying to draw this line as sharp as I can. I feel sleepy. Oh, well, I hope that's a good sign that it's relaxing. I can't talk anymore. I'm noticing that it's the end of the week and I'm starting to feel a little less sharp. And here in the background we have some darker hills, so I think I will be drawing those in with purple then. Let's take the pencil for that, so I can work a bit more detailed. Switching to pink. I love how vibrant these carbothellos are. Alright, now these hills I will be coloring in with purple. Oh no. Oh, that's great to hear, Yoni. I'm glad you've been liking the streams. I actually have no idea what I will be doing tomorrow. I think I will be finishing up the ornament I started yesterday. next week I wanted to start a bit more of a serious portrait. I was thinking of doing a reindeer or a normal deer, so I'd have to decide and look for a good reference photo, because in the end I do feel the most comfortable with drawing animals. Alright, let's give this whole area a base color as well. I think I'll also be using this purple, but I'll be mixing it up with white and some blue. Let's add in a bit of blue in there, especially here at the bottom. And what this thing is down below on the reference photo, I'm not sure. There's this dark thingy. I'm not sure if it's rocks or something else. Maybe I'll just going to leave it out. Mixing in some lighter blue with this. So this is all about color combinations. I'm looking for a cool gray. Is this a cool gray? That's a warm gray. Here's a cool gray. Going to use that to mix the colors together. Oh, bye, Monica. Pastel mat has a rough side and a smooth one. Yeah, that's true. On the smooth side you can draw because it's really, really smooth. Let's go ahead with the white now for covering a bigger surface at the same time. Alright, let's blend this together. Needs a lot more layers. This whole area needs to be a lot darker. It needs more purple. So the snow, of course, it's reflecting the light of the sky. Where is my little blue? I'm so sorry, I'm totally forgetting to look at the comments. I need to scroll back a little bit. Would it be an idea for future streams to do a simple drawing but do one half in pastels and the other half in colored pencil to see the difference really well? Well, that's a really good idea. Only for colored pencil I use totally different paper. It is actually possible to work on pastel matte with colored pencil, but I'd have to try that out because I've never tried. But the idea of that is really, really nice. Let's see what I'm working with now. Look at this. It's so small. let's add in the brightest areas. All right. Now I need to go in with pencils. For the details. Here I have a really nice blue. I'm really having trouble with my colors tonight. Yesterday went really well, but tonight I just can't seem to find the right colors for my work. Maybe I'll really need to invest in a bigger set of pastels. I really need to put in those hills in the background as well. Oh, I'm dropping pencils and pastels everywhere. Where's my black? There it is. Just mix your colors more and don't rely on the color of the pastel to be the right one. Yeah, but mixing, it is possible, of course, but to a certain extent, because I don't want to create muddy colors, and I do feel like the paper is starting to get saturated now. I'm really feeling like an amateur today. I can't get the right look. Alright, concentrate. Concentrate. Thank you, guys. Yes, I am really perfectionistic. And sometimes that's not a good thing. I do kind of like the painterly look, but this is too loose for me. I want it more detailed. Alright, concentrate. So I want to try to stay away from black as much as possible. Black is going to make this look really flat. So I want to focus more on grays and browns. looking for a cool gray. I will probably keep working on this after the stream is done until I'm happy with it. Where's my black? Oh, I had it in my hand. Okay, so this is not going so well. Are you guys singing in the comments? I do need some music now. I've been streaming for 2 hours now. Look my hands. Look at my hands. It's a big mess. Let's clean them. Actually, I do really like this part where the light is hitting the snow. I think I will do a few highlights, see what it looks like then. And then I'll call it a day because, yeah, the more tired I get, the worse. Oh, I still have to do the stars. Totally forgot about the stars. I do want to add those in. Yep. Let's do a few highlights. can actually see some tracks in the snow of certain animals. Don't know which animals. And I'm going to just leave out this rocky area here. I think I'm also going to use some light blue for some highlights. I don't know if it helps, but my teachers always told me to take a step back from my drawing and look and squint my eyes. Yes, that really helps. I think I will do that tomorrow when I wake up and look at it again with a fresh eye. And then I'll probably see much more than right now. Because of course right now the lighting is not the best. And I'm tired. Are you going to use the craft knife and glassine technique for the stars? Craft knife? No, I'm just going to take the white pastel and tap it on the paper. That is how I've always done it. And that seems to work the best. I've also tried to scrape off the dust and then let it drop onto the paper, but that doesn't stick. So I've tried multiple ways, and so far just tapping has worked the best for me. So I'm going to do that now. It is going to take some time to cover the whole sky with stars. Also, I have to make sure that they are round. So I need to find an edge on the paper. And just tap in all those stars. Maybe I'll do some with blue as well. For some stars that are farther away. Can you hear the wind outside? It's storming outside. What music do I like to listen to? It's different. I have a very broad taste. So one day it could be just regular top 40 Ariana Grande and similar artists. But I also like to listen to classical if I'm in the mood for it. Let me know in the comments what music you guys like to listen to while you're drawing. Oh, Imogen Heap. Imogen Heap is one of my favorites. No, Juan, these are soft pastels. Making sure that some stars are a bit brighter and bigger than others. Gypsy jazz. That's cool. So as you can see, adding these stars takes a long time. I'm going to try to speed it up. Oh yeah, the top 2000. although it's never really a surprise who comes on the first place. Thank you, Tribeca. I wasn't really happy with it, but I think I'm starting to like it more now, although it is not completely the reference photo. Sometimes I base my judgment based on what the drawing looks like compared to the reference photo, but it is a unique artwork and it doesn't have to be exactly the reference photo. Maybe I'll add a shooting star after I finish the stars. The sky looks like a sea, does it? So, have you guys seen the new Fantastic Beasts movie, The Crimes of Grindelwald? Are there any Harry Potter fans amongst my watchers right now? There are so many stars in the sky. Would sketch paper or canvas work for pastels? Not sure. I've never tried working on canvas. I think it would be not sure actually. Maybe a textured canvas would work. Sketch paper? I don't think so. That's not textured enough. I'm a Potterhead, but I don't like Fantastic Beasts. Well, to be honest, I didn't like the first movie. I thought it just wasn't exciting enough, but I went to the second one and I liked that one a lot more. Maybe just because Hogwarts was in it. Wow, it's actually storming outside right now. yeah, if you were disappointed by the first movie, I would still recommend to watch the second one because I thought it was a lot more exciting. I think I'll wrap it up soon. I think I can do a lot more work on it, but for now, I am done with this drawing. Which one do you like the best out of Harry Potter ones? Alright, so from the Harry Potter movies, I like the first one the best. I think the first one will always be my favorite. I still think it is the most magical one. Alright, yep. I think I'm calling this done. I hope you guys like it. Although I felt a bit like an amateur while creating this, I do think I like how it's turned out. Although it's not as vibrant and detailed as I anticipated. What will I do with this drawing? Not sure actually. Maybe I'll sell it. Maybe there's someone who wants to have it. Or otherwise I will just store it in my portfolio, I think. Oh, the shooting star. Yeah, I will put in a shooting star. Where shall I put it? Let's do around there maybe? That's my shooting star. Alright, that's it for tonight. This has been the longest stream so far, 2 hours and 30 minutes almost. So yeah, time's going so fast though when I stream. Now I'm going to clean up this mess and go to bed. So thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this stream and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye all, thanks for watching.